Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It's G from Happiness and Crafting. So today is my birthday, and where else would I want to be but in my craft room, because people keep saying to me, what are you going to do on your birthday? So I thought, well, the only place I want to be is making stuff, my happy place. So it's my birthday and I shall craft if I want to. So Andy has brought me actually this lovely Tim Holtz, it's the embossing folder, and it's one with the alphabet on, and it's absolutely fabulous. So I thought this would be a good place to have a little play. Now I've already embossed some pieces to see what it's like, and it is amazing. I love it. Now this is just my grungy papers that I've got, and it's come out lovely. This was just on a piece of card, and I've just gone over it with some ink. I didn't quite emboss that as hard. I didn't put one of the layers in the embossing. I used the Vivo embossing thingamajiggy, which was great, and these are just on card, but I just think they are fabulous. I love them, absolutely love them. So I thought that would be a good start. So I've got pulled out some sort of like vintagey bits. I've got some of the Tim Holtz little people. I've got some bits from Tapology. I've got some of my little vintage word thingamajigs there as well. I've got a little bit of fabric. I've got some of my little flowers. So I don't know what I'm going to do, but it's just to be in my craft room is the best place to be. Just making. So I haven't actually crafted for a few days because I've been so busy. Yesterday, as some of you know, it was my mum's birthday, and she is not with us anymore. So what we do, she loves the garden centre, so what we did, we went off to the garden centre, we spent the day, and we went out to dinner. No, we didn't go out to dinner, we went out to lunch, which was beautiful, down by the beach, because I live in the Algarve, and it's very touristy, so we have everything on our doorstep. So we were tourists for the day, and it was just beautiful. It was lovely. I feel very lucky to live here because we've got everything on our doorstep, and we live 5 minutes from the hustle and bustle, and then when we get home it is like really quiet, and everything's within walking distance. So we live just 5 minutes out, and it's nice and quiet, but 5 minutes walk and we are in, you know, the middle of everything, and it's just amazing. So we did that yesterday, and it was lovely. And we went to the garden centre and bought Mum some beautiful flowers to remember her by, to pop into the garden. Some beautiful big daisies, and they are just lovely. So that's lovely. So I've got these bits and pieces. This, I think I just got some of these out of my sort of scrappy bits. I think this was from a Friday freebie, if I remember, but I have printed on the back, or the other side of it, with one of my papers. So I just thought this would probably be a start, wouldn't it? Because that's quite nice. I think I did it so we folded it here and that goes in. I'm going to leave it like that, I think, and make like a little, I don't know, folder booklet, maybe just something with a little cover on it, with a little topping thing on it, if you know what I mean. There's a piece of vellum there. Now that's not scrap vellum, so I'm not sure if I'm going to use that. A little bit of this, a little bit of paper. Let's have a look. Maybe I'll cut one of these out. I want to do sort of like a little collagey base bit. Let's just find. I'm not that organised today. But we've been so busy that I haven't really got many videos out. So to be in here on my birthday is the perfect place, isn't it? Couldn't ask for anything more than to have a play. We're going out to dinner later with some friends, which will be nice because we're going, and we can take Jessie with us. So that means that we can, you know, be a little bit longer, have a nice dinner, watch the world go by, which is lovely, and the evenings are so beautiful now. We did actually go for a beautiful walk on the beach as well this morning, which is it's just so nice. And Andy had his first paddle in the sea. I've been paddling for a few weeks now. It's just so refreshing, and it's lovely. I'm not quite brave enough to swim in there yet. Still pretty chilly, but it's nice to dip your feet in and have a walk along the beach. Okay, which one do you like? I think I quite like that one better, don't you? Maybe I'll use those. I like this one because it's got more bits and pieces on it. So what shall we have? What shall we have on here? Shall we have a nice happy little dancey girl? Shall we have a little grumpy one? Not quite sure we want a grumpy one, do we? Little boy and his dog. Little ones. I think these are a bit small. Could have that little girl, couldn't we? I think maybe, or we could have her on there. But I think we should have something fun. Should we have this little fun girl? I think we've got a little bit in there. That looks quite, she looks good, doesn't she? So let's see. So I hope you guys have had a lovely, what's today, Tuesday, weekend. Did you have a good weekend? We didn't, we were so busy, so we didn't have a Friday freebie last week. It was just, I don't know, we were just doing everything. And now our dishwasher's broken, and I hate washing up. So we've been trying to get a piece for it, but they don't make it anymore, so we're going to have to go and buy a new dishwasher, because I really don't like washing the dishes. It's not one of my favourite things to do, or Andy. So I'm going to be going and buying a dishwasher at some point. Look at these are the little thingies that I made. So yeah, it's sort of like all go. It's always, there's always something. We got the roof, we got the dishwasher. There's always something that needs doing at the moment. I remember last year in March, April, I think I had lots going on then. So I think it must be sort of that time when lots goes on. So let's just put this down. I haven't got a clue what I'm actually doing. Just sort of popping these pieces on like this. Yeah, I do feel very lucky to live here. Like I said, everything seems to be on our doorstep, and there's so many places to go and see here in the Algarve. It's just beautiful, and this time of year it's lovely because there's not lots of tourists here at the moment. They don't sort of tend to turn up until it's sort of like holiday time. You know what I mean? When the kids are broken up from school and that. So at the moment it's just sort of like older couples just wandering around, and it's just beautiful. So lovely. What should we do? Should we just have her doing her little ballet bits on there? Should we add a few more? Have we got any flowery bits in here? Needs to be a little bit pretty, doesn't it? Actually, that's nice. Here's some of my little papers. Haven't done a collagey thing for a long time. Let's just get this out. Oops. So yeah, get your little odds and ends out, your little scrap pieces of paper, and just make. I think it's just one of those days that I just want to not necessarily craft what I've been doing. I just wanted to do something a little bit different. Just a little bit different. A little bit collagey. Craft on the go. She's fabulous, isn't she? Shall I sew it? Do you reckon I should just glue that down and sew that around that? because that looks quite nice on there, doesn't it? Let's just pop a little bit of glue on here just to hold that down. A little bit of fabric. So that fabric on there, I think. Oh, I don't know whether you remember, I was doing a, I'll stick those on later. I was doing my slow stitching. Well, I was going to start this one here, but it kept, I was going to go out in the garden and do it, but it kept sort of like falling apart and I couldn't figure out how to keep it on without sewing it. It was just driving me nuts. So what I did, I made a small one. I started small. I think I was just doing too much on that one. It was too big. So I did this one and I'm loving it. Look at that. It's fabulous. So that's what I've been doing in the evenings on this one. I've used one of my lovely flowers on there. And I've just slow stitched that. I've aligned it with a little bit of a pink sheet, which is lovely, isn't it? So I'm really, really pleased with that. And what I did, I'll tell you, I'll go through that on another one, but I'm just loving it. So I figured out a way of sticking down the pieces, which is less frustrating for me. I might just stick that on. I'll stick that on. Maybe up here so we can see it. I'm gonna just move these bits over to this side because I'm going to bring my sewing machine in. Oh, actually, I've got some envelopes here. What can we do with these? So we want to make this. That would fit, wouldn't it? Maybe I'll collage that and we can have this on the top. That would be quite nice. Or this side. So that opens up and that opens up. Or maybe I'll do that. I still have to sew this. So let's just move this around. I keep sort of like trying to tidy my room. Look, I've still got beads and all sorts of bits over there. But I'm just making it worse, I think. I'm just piling things up in different places, which is not making life any easier. Okay, you can see that, can't you? So what shall we do? Let's just find my little bottom bit. I'm going to just go down. Actually, I'm going to go round this little one here first. I've still got white thread in this, but that's okay. Let's go around. Oops, got that stuck. Where's my little scissors gone? Here we go. Feels a bit tight. Why is that so tight? I don't know why that's so tight. I'm going to just re-thread this because that feels very tight. I'm sure it's not supposed to be that tight. Let me just quickly re-thread this. It's got that lovely little threader here. Automatic threader on this one, which is great. That was a little bit too long. Where are we? There we go. That's better. I think it was a little bit caught in there. Let's just take those excess bits off, throw that away. Don't need those. Okay. that looks good. A little bit of sewing. So shall we pop it onto this envelope? I think that might look quite nice. Do we want to sew anything else? Maybe I'll just quickly go round here. Just so that's got a little bit of stitching on there as well. Don't think, should we pop a little bit of stitching on some of these just in case we want to use them? Let's just go down the side. Chop it off there, just so we've got little dingly dangly bits. Anything else? Let's go on here as well. These are just bits from Tapology, which are lovely little ephemera pieces. Going to go along the bottom and have these little dingly dangly bits, I think. Okay, that will do for now. Move all of that out of the way. Let's have a look. So those bits, that's bits done. Let's put all my little wordy bits up there. Not quite sure what to do with that. See, this must have been ripped, so that's why I didn't use it, but I quite like it like that. Has to go that way because that's, I've printed on the back. So shall we have this like that? That's quite nice, isn't it? So it sort of like opens like that. Yes, we will. I know, you guys, I keep asking you, don't I? Thinking that you're going to answer me. I just wish that I could hear you shouting at me not to do something or do something. So yeah, Susan, if I could hear you, that would be great. I know you talk to me as well and answer me. So I'm not sure whether I am doing what you want me to do. It'd be quite nice if it was interactive, wouldn't it? Maybe one day I will go live and then I believe you can, you know, tell me what to do in the commentsy bits. I'll have to look into that actually. Maybe that's something I could do this year. You could do a little bit of something like that. That would be exciting, wouldn't it? Right, I was going to put some of this down, wasn't I? Should we have just a little bit of... I've got so many bits of thread everywhere. There we go. And I've got a box that I've got my sort of slow stitching stuff in, and I tell you what, it's getting bigger and bigger. Well, not bigger and bigger, I mean I'm putting more and more stuff in it, so I'm running out of room in there. Oh, that looks nice, doesn't it? Should I pop that in there? A little bit of this just around the outside. Now I feel like I haven't used my Dauber for a while as well, this little inky thing. Let's just stick this on. And he's making me a cake downstairs, bless him. So I will let you know what that's like. He said after I've made the video we can have, because he's making a cake, we're going to have a nice piece of cake and a coffee. because we had quite a late sort of like breakfast brunch this morning after coming back from the beach. So we're just having cake, and then we're going out to eat, so we don't want to eat too much. Because the restaurant we go to there, just food is just fabulous. Shall we put something on here? Shall we just, oh, I know, what was I going to use? I was using these from there, wasn't I? Silly Billy. That's what I was going to be using. Unless I put that on here. But then again, I quite like that down the side. I might just sort of like rip this bit. Quite like that torn bit. I like that torn bit on there. Pop a little ballerina. Then I could add some of this on the inside, couldn't I? Not sure what we can have this at. Maybe I'll pop some paper, just some plain paper inside, and we'll have it as like a little sort of notebook. I'm going to stick it on with some of this. I think it will stick a little bit easier. It's just some tacky glue in here. Maybe not. Is it going to come out? This is because I haven't used it for a while. We are going to glue stick. There we go. That's okay. There we go. Good old glue stick, do you think? Just brings that out a little bit, doesn't it? Because obviously it's the embossing, so it's just raised lovely. There we go. Should we have that a bit higher? We need something under our little fairy, don't we? What have I got in my little box here? Pink? A little bit of pink. Don't think we really need that, do we? Shall we have her higher up? I'm going to stick this down. I'm going to stick it down actually with some fabric tack, because I think it will stick down a little bit better. Should have had this upside down. I'm not doing my glues at the moment, am I? There we go. Nice and gloopy, and then that will stick down, won't it? A little bit of fabric. There, just so that we can sort of see that rose. What did I do with that ticket? This is the one I sewed. I might actually just chop this a little bit. I've got white ink on here. Let's just go on the back of that. Let me just see if I can ink that little bit of thread. I might just pop that underneath there. Like that, a little bit of glue. Pop you under there. So that hangs down. On. I could do with my glue is just oozing out, so I'm just going to use my finger to put that on there. These are the little things from my latest I think they're vintage, I can't remember what they're called now. Little vintage words. Perfect to go on here. Do we want any more fabric? What fabric have I got? This is pretty. It's sort of vintage, but it's got a little bit of niceness, a little bit of prettiness in it. So it's sort of a bit of each, isn't it? That's too big. Let's just snip that little bit off. A little bit of oozy glue. That just oozes out of the bottle. I don't want to waste it, so instead I'm getting nice and sticky. There we go, look at that, fabulous. Okay, let me just wipe my finger. Go back on the bottle. How are we doing for time? Okay. Oh, I like that. That looks really nice, doesn't it? So then our little lady is going to go on top. I think we want a little bit of shadow. Maybe I'll get my little Posca pen. Not my Posca. My little pencil. What should we stick her on with? It's going to have to be this goopy glue, isn't it? Oh no, I wasn't, was I? I was going to do her a little bit of height on here. Here we go. I've got my little 3D foam things. These will work nicely, won't they? I've got these ones. These will do. So let's just take some of these off. So just put those on her little feet. Squeeze these down. These are just such a nightmare to get off, aren't they? I need to get some tape. You've got sort of like bigger things to do, which will probably be easier, won't they? But for now, whoops, just take these off. Find it easier to do it this way and take your project, if you can, onto there, like that. Just put a couple of these on her head, get rid of those. There we go, that will do. Where should we pop you? Should we just pop you just like that? Perfect. Look at that. So then we've got a little bit of dimension on that as well, haven't we? So where's our little card? This can just slip on like that. So that's got like a little pocket in there, which is lovely. Shall I stick that whole thing down or just that little bit? I think I'm going to just stick this piece. Like that. Lovely. I'm going to get something to go in there. So I'll just use a little bit of this. Oops. Let's just pop that like that. Just a little bit of extra on there to hold that. Oopsie daisy. Don't rip it. That's okay. There we go. That's lovely. Nice little bit of collage on there. So what should we have on the inside? See, this is lovely, isn't it? I do like that. Oopsie daisy. Whoops. Should we have that on there, or because we want something to actually write on this, don't we, really? Oh my gosh, that's all sticky. Look at me, I can make a big mess now. Got another envelope. Oh my gosh, I've got sticky fingers. We could pop another sort of envelope on here, couldn't we? How can we do that? Did that go through? If I did that, we could... pop that on. Like this. Couldn't we? So that opens up. Like that. That could come down. Let's have a think. How can we do that? I think we'd have to just fold this little bit back like this, I think. Just so it's got like a little hingy bit, and then we glue this piece down. But not this piece. And then that piece would open up, wouldn't it? If you know what I mean. So this would be like the little... Actually, what you could do... I wonder if you could fit like a little pen in there. I might be able to. Have I got a pencil somewhere? Let me have a look. Here's a pencil. Oops. Would that fit in there like that? It would have to be quite big, wouldn't it? Wouldn't quite close. If this was a little bit smaller, you could sort of like put a pencil in there and sew down this bit so you'd have a little pen pocket. Oh, that's something for another little project, isn't it? But for this one, seeing it's not quite big enough, I think I will just pop that like that and stick that down. I think I might sew that down there. Oh no, I won't. No, I won't. I'm just going to stick it on. I'm going to stick it on as it is. Just like this, so I don't change my mind. I can always sew it later. Nice lot of glue. There we go. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to get some of my tape. Not too much. Just take that down. So there we go. That just folds over like that. Lovely. And then we've got this piece that can just flap, and then we've got like a little pocket in there. Oh, I like that. And then you can write on this bit, and you can actually, oh my gosh, you can write on this bit as well. And this bit, and that goes like that. So we've got a little pocket here. Oh, maybe not. Let's stick this down. There we go. Now you've got a little pocket on there. That opens like that. And that opens like that. Love it. Right. Let's add a little bit of something to this then, shall we? Because I'm loving this. Shall we make that into another little pocket here? I do like pockets. It's so good, like I say, when I do things like that, it's nice to sort of make things up as you go along, isn't it? Just with the pieces that you've got. Let's just rub over those little embossed alphabet. I think if it was a bit more of a mixed media project and I had all my stuff, I'd probably ink this. So I'll you know, I'll use this in a mixed media at some point. I haven't done mixed media for ages, so I will have to do something, I think. Oops. So we've got a pocket in here, and then we will have another pocket on here, which is fabulous, isn't it? Should we just stick that down? Now, I'm going to have to do something with my glue because I need this. Okay, just give me 2 seconds and I'll unblock it. Okie doke, I've unclogged it. I've added just a tiny little drop of water into it as well, because I think it just went a little bit too thick. I think the longer you sort of leave it in here, it's only got tiny little holes, so it needs to be watered down just a little bit. So, oh my gosh, let's just stick this on here. I think that's a perfect fit, isn't it? Stick that down, stay down. Make sure I've not stuck it to everything else. Lovely, 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 lovely. This could just be a little random. What have we got? So there we go. We've got a little pocket there. As long as that sticks, let's just leave that. Lovely. Oops, there's my little pin. Let's pop it back in my little pin cushion. Shall we pop something on? What did I have to do with the leftover of that little... Here we go, this is the one I was looking for. Let's just ink that a little bit. Around the edge. I'm going to just stick this inside the pocket, I think, just so that it sticks over. Don't need it all because you won't see it. Let's just have this much. What's wrong way around? Let's pop that in just so it sort of pops out. There we go. So it looks like there's something in there, but there's not. Love it. That looks good, doesn't it? Maybe I'll use this other little bit to stick there. Use some of this because it's got a hole in. Go. That should be right on that little bendy bit there, so that still bends lovely. Perfect. That's quite nice. So we still got all this. It's got something so you can actually write in it, but that's really lovely. Now where's my little I've got some brown ones. These are my Stabilo ones. I can stick in my hands. These are the Stabilo, so maybe I can just go around here just a little bit, just as a little bit of shadow in here. I think I'll just do it at the bottom bit. Really need my watercolour brush, but I haven't got a clue where that is. So what we shall do is just get a little paintbrush and a little bit of water just on my desk. Oh, so it looks like it's got blue in it. I hope not. There we go. Just a little bit of shadow underneath her. Can you see? You can just about see that, can't you? little bit on the feet, just there. Perfect. That looks good, doesn't it? Just a little bit of shadow, seeing I'm doing it on her. There we go. That's enough. Now I need something to mop that up with, which I don't have. There we go. You don't get water everywhere. Back in my little drawer. Okay, look at that. That's looking lovely, isn't it? Really, really quite simple. So what we can do, oh, what should we do on the back? What can we do on the back of this? Should we just have a little bit of collage on here? Could you, couldn't you? This piece or this piece? Glue this. Pop that around. Shall I just glue this bit down, and then we could use that as just a tiny little pocket, couldn't we? Should we add something else to this? Where's this bit? This bit's quite nice, isn't it? Just get those little embossed sort of half letters on there. A little bit of ink. Just add that. If I had it like that, you could almost have that as like a little belly band, couldn't we? That's what I shall do. Hold that down. Like that. And then, don't think that will fit. Will that fit? Maybe. Look at that. And we've got like a little belly band in there. Love it. That's fabulous. Shall we pop something on? Look at these. I've got words and things everywhere. Let's have these little numbers. Let's stick this on there. Stick that on there, bit of fabric, bit of something. I must have something here. Let's have a look a bit at this. So it's a little bit grungy. What do you reckon? Now I do need my Fabri-Tac for this. Let's squeeze that out. Don't come out. Oh gosh, really dislike Fabri-Tac when it does that. Just feels like such a waste. But it doesn't sort of suck back into the bottle. Okay, that's a nice little belly band, isn't it? There we go. And I'm going to just stick that down, I think. Let's just ink this bit. Going to, I think, instead of gluing that, I'm going to stick it. There we go. And then we've got a little pocket in there. Perfect. Love it. Super simple, isn't it? Okay, what should we do with this? Anything? Suppose we could probably pop a little bit of paper on there, couldn't we? Make it into like a little booklet, or a piece down there to make that into like a little tuck. Maybe we'll do that. Should we pop this around? Bit of ink. A little bit of inking. Just stick that on there, just as a little bit of embellishment. Go, lovely. I actually get my bit of shadow at the bottom. I think I've got enough water on here. No, I don't think so. Just going to squirt just off the desk bit where you can see it, so I don't wipe my arm in it. There we go. So we do this bit as well. Perfect. Perfect, perfect. That looks a bit sticky. Do you think I should pop a little bit of tape down there? Oops. This is just that sort of like paper tape, oopsie daisy, which is really, really nice because you can actually paint over the top or colour over the top of it as well. It's not sort of like a plastic one. There you go. Love it. Lovely, lovely. Okay, should we pop one of these on here then? What's going to... So what did we have on that side? That was a little pocket going that way. I do like these. Maybe I'll just rip it. Just stick that. Just adding little elements to sort of like a collage. Just do this as a sort of like a collagey side. So I add a little bit of fabric or something to it, because that's quite nice, isn't it? I like that. Now I'm going to use some of my oozy, horrible Fabri-Tac onto my finger, which is just oozing out. Pop that on top. Lovely. Look at this. Oh, nice and gooey. Well, I must say I do love doing this. Just making it up as I go along. This is what crafting is about, isn't it? Just having lots of fun. Ooh, sticky. There we go. And then I'm going to pop this on there as well. oh, there's a today, I think for the next 24 hours, 50% off in my shop, Etsy shop, and also for my Ko-fi monthly members in the Ko-fi shop. But yeah, 50% off. It's a little birthday extra for you guys. So pop along if you need anything, have a little play. I like that. Do you like that? I think that's really nice, isn't it? Nice little quick thingy-me-jig, as we say. But I would like something in here, maybe to do a little tuck or something. What should we use? Fabric and paper. Let's get some of these little bits and pieces off it. I suppose we could do fabric and paper. What have we got on that side? Nothing. So I could really sew that on, couldn't I? Shall we sew that to that? Needs to be about there. Should we do another little bit of sewing? A little bit of this? Do a little sort of collagey pocket? That would be nice, wouldn't it? It doesn't have to be. I might actually, I think that might be, do you think it's a bit wibbly wobbly thin? What have I got here? That might be a bit better. It's a little bit thicker. Like that. That's better, isn't it? Just ink this. I quite like that rough edge actually on the outside. Where would it have to be? There, let me just add, oh my gosh, a little touch of glue, just so it's roughly in there. Like that. Oh, I like that. What do you think? That's nice. And then what we can have, let's have, look at these. I should get a little pot or something, shouldn't I, really? Put all of these in. Then we can have one of these. I like these little words, or little thingy-majiggities. What do you reckon? That looks quite nice, doesn't it? Don't think. Oh yeah, I've got these actually from Tapology. I think that might be, doesn't quite go, does it? But I think maybe we'll sew that on. Okay. Let me just find my sewing machine. What about a bit of this sewing on? Because I do like this. That will be a better colour, won't it? Should we sew this on as well? Oops. Okay, so the battery went, so I do apologise. So what I'm going to do now, I'm just going to pop that on there. No, actually I'm going to just quickly ink around this bit. Not too much, because I quite like it pale. I'm going to put that on there, but I think I'll sew that on in a minute, because I'm going to sew this pocket to the actual little folio thing, like that, I think. Okay, so let's just bring this. There we go. Can you see? Yes, you can see. So let's just do a little bit of sewing on here. Don't mind the little tufty bits. Where's my scissors? Should we have these little dingly dangly bits? Not too hot, not too long. I think I will just go around. Shall I tuck something in there? What little things have I got? I don't really want to rip this. Let's just take a little bit of this. Tuck that up. And sew along. Anything else? Should we have this? Oh, I was going to pop that on there, wasn't I? Let's have this. I'm going to pop this sideways. That will do for a minute. Let's cut these little bits off. Should we have that? Don't want them hanging too much, do we? Now I'm going to sew this on to here, like that. I think I'll just go down the side first. Lovely. Just snip those off. Pop that to the side, and that's fab. Look at that nice little tuck spot in there. Those little dingly dangly bits off, and that's the back, so you can just see that light little bit of a bit, but I love it. I think that looks fab. So again, you can clip something into that. You can paper clip something on there like that, so you've got like little notes or something, you can just paper clip it on. Tuck things in there, tuck things in there. Loving this. I think what I will do, I will stick that little bit down with that, shall we? That looks good, doesn't it? What should we stick it with? What did I do with my glue? Okay, so I probably should have used Fabri-Tac actually for this, but it's just too goopy, driving me nuts. So there we go. That was a nice birthday make. Nothing like being in your craft room, is there? Not that we ever need an excuse to be in our craft rooms, but I love it. Shall I pop a little? I think we need to go with blue with this one, don't we? That looks quite nice there, doesn't it? I think I want to keep one for the front as well. I'm gonna have to use this gloopy one. Don't have much choice. Awful stuff. No, it's good stuff. It's just absolutely horrible when it's oozes everywhere. Love it. Look at that. Sort of a little vintage sort of meets shabby with the little flowers, isn't it? Do you think she needs a little flower up there? I think she needs like a little gem in it or something, doesn't she? Let's just pop. You can see where I've sewn around it. On these ones I've just sort of like caught the edges just to bring it in. You know what I mean? I used a lot more seam binding than that one. That's a tiny one. Just going to cover her hand just a little bit. I used a lot more seam binding, and then I just sewed around the edge and pulled it in. I do have the video of the velvet ones that I did. There we go. She needs a little bit of bling. What happened to that little pot I had? What did I do with that? I probably moved it somewhere. Moved it somewhere safe, didn't I? Gosh, guys, if you can see my desk, it is just a disaster area. I have definitely need to have another tidy up. What did I do with my little things? 2 seconds. Oh no, here they are. There we go. I knew I had my little pot somewhere. I'm going to put a nice big blingy in there. So I've got a nice big oozy bit. There we go. Probably should have stuck that down with a glue gun actually. But look at that. Just lovely. Lovely. Isn't that just cute? So that's a nice sort of thingy-majig. Open it up. That's got a little writing bit. It's got a little tuck spot in there. We've got a little pocket in there. Oh, I thought that was stuck down there. Pocket there. We've got a little pocket there. That flips over. We've got the pocket there. That opens up. So again, stick anything on there if I needed to. Right on there. Tuck spot in there. And then we've got a little pocket in there. And a little belly band. Do you think that's going to rip? What do you think? Shall I just stick a piece of this over there? Could do, couldn't we? There we go. That's what I shall do with my scissors. Just so it doesn't rip it. A little bit of patchwork on there. Bit of glue. Okay, so I think I've got my crafting fix now. So now I just need to go and get ready. We'll edit this quickly. Go and get ready and go out to dinner. Have a nice glass of wine, maybe a cheeky little G&T. And there we go. So loving that, absolutely love it. Look at that, super sweet, isn't it? And I just love making things like this. So there we go, guys. Thank you so much for joining me. Don't forget, we got 50% off in the shop just for the next 24 hours, or from today, and I think tomorrow lunchtime, I think it is. That's GMT time. So do pop along, pick up a little bargain for yourselves. I'm going to go and get ready, get sorted, and go and have some fun. So thank you so much for joining me. Have a fantastic rest of the day. Stay safe, take care, and I will see you tomorrow. All right, guys, bye-bye.